this isn't sustainable. I'm going to make a bold claim that backyard wrestling is unsustainable without a certain level of professionalism. Backyard wrestling, especially when you don't own the property or the ring, or you're just a young person in general, can be dangerous. You can be sued, people can come cancel your show, that shit happened to me, or other outside factors can ruin the fun of backyard wrestling. Backyard wrestling inherently is not a bad thing. Trust me, I embrace the art, even if my pro trainers still call me deathmatch to this day. But if you are looking to make a living, make real money in wrestling, going professional is a route you're gonna have to take eventually. So this is how I went from yard to pro, from playing with my nuts in a backyard to playing with my nuts in a building. This is how I did it. It all started with a moment that I will never, ever forget. I was running my first ever backyard show, and we had easily 60 plus people actually watching us, which is a lot for a backyard show. When the property owner's wife came on and said that she didn't know this was happening, and she shut everything down. I literally sat in stunned silence after this, knowing that I lost $1,200 for half of a backyard show. At the time, as a 19-year-old going through college, that is a lot of money to lose to not even have a full product to show for it. And as much as the loss bummed me out, I knew that on the horizon, I had bigger and better things waiting for me. So I began the search for a building that would house the chaos that is the TFcrew. There was obviously failed attempts. There were venue owners who wouldn't message me back, and if you're one of those, you can kiss my ass. There's obviously a lot of caveats to running a wrestling show in a building, so finding the perfect one is incredibly important and difficult in modern professional wrestling. The TFcrew ended up having disaster after a venue pulled out a mere 3 days before our event was supposed to happen. Our show, dubbed The Massacre, was about to be canceled until I made a call to my wrestling trainer. I explained the situation at hand, and he gave me his blessing to use the building where I trained for the event. We were blessed and even lucky to have, and we had our foot in the door for a legit professional venue for our wrestling show. Wrestling is so much about getting your foot in the door, and this was our way of getting our start in the professional world. Companies looking to do the same need to reach out to as many venues as possible to have backup plans. Weighing out the pros and cons of each venue is incredibly important, and being able to balance and decide between venues is also really key. The next step was researching what the athletic commission was like in Connecticut, the do's and the don't of the state. We were blessed that Connecticut was more of a relaxed state. We were pretty much able to do whatever we wanted. We also got insurance, which cost me like $270. That shit was not cheap, but that is what you have to do to run a professional product. Next, a difficult step. It's talent evaluation. Listen, let's just say how it is. As great as some people are, and as hardworking as some of them are just not ready for a pro level show. Having these conversations with your roster and your talent and giving them ways to work up to that professional level are important. Being as non-biased as possible is also incredibly critical, because even if it's your friend, if they suck, they suck. Just be fucking for real. If you wouldn't pay to watch a person wrestle, why should others? Now, there's much more that goes into running a professional level show, but this is all about how the TFcrew did it. And the way we did it was our own little weird and unorthodox way. So we began promoting, and promoting is so incredibly important, because promoting is how you create your fan base. Creating your fan base, selling tickets is how you keep your ship afloat. So I'm going off script here. There is no script for this part. I want to talk about marketing. Marketing is one of the hardest parts about getting your professional wrestling show up and running. But marketing is one of those things that can make also your professional wrestling show one of the most successful. So marketing, how do you balance local marketing, online marketing, marketing to the specific demographic that you think fits your audience the best? These different things and these different questions you have to ask are what's going to help make your wrestling show pop. Because at the end of the day, professional wrestling is a crowd-oriented thing. It's how is the crowd reacting. You know, everything is influenced by the crowd. So if you are able to market towards a crowd that will react positively towards your product is thus going to improve. But like I mentioned before, marketing is case by case. So it could be really difficult to market some things and really easy to market others. So finding talent, matches, venues that are easily marketable is one of the easiest things that you can do to help give your professional wrestling show that little bit of an edge. Now for the TFcrew, we market to the hardcore deathmatch, but we also make sure that we show good professional technical wrestling as well, with a modern look to the social media approach and a modern look of, yes, we are professional wrestling, but we aren't indie wrestling, we're underground wrestling, because of the aspect of we are trying to get away from the tropes, trying to get away from the politics, politics, and all the negative aspects that are identified within independent wrestling or even backyard wrestling per se. Now, as we start to wrap this up, I'm not here to tell you how to run your professional wrestling company because y'all got to pay me for that or y'all got to book me for that. So, we're going to start wrapping up this video, but I do want to echo one very important sentiment to you guys. At the end of the day, this is a video about how we transitioned from backyard to pro, and some of the new questions and things that we talked about and discussed are how we made that transition into this new era. But now, I need to call upon you. Whoever you are, whether you are watching this video as a fan, a wrestler, a promoter, a manager, or even just a stranger, the TF Crew, Gabe Sayers, I could use your help. We need your support. We need to help push this movement of underground wrestling. The TF Crew and myself are working hard every single day to support and create a healthy notion of what underground wrestling is. So please, like, subscribe, check out some of our other content to help us become the best version of ourselves possible, because frankly, without our supporters, we are nothing. Without the fans watching, we are nothing as a company or even as a YouTube channel as a whole. So again, thank you guys very much for watching. Please help us redefine the world of professional wrestling, one video, one match, and one moment at a time.